What's up, everybody? The Crap Gamer here with you as always. The most compelling game-related YouTuber around. How you guys doing? I'm doing this video real quick because I actually was going to do a different video, which I'm still going to do that one and then probably release it a little bit later. But this was interesting. There's this article that I read, and it's this interview that somebody did with Sony's president, Yoshida, you know, the PlayStation president or whatever. And his direct quote is, "I do realize that some people are only interested in big budget AAA games. I don't really understand those people." He goes on to talk about how indies are great, and how they love releasing the indies every week. Whenever you hear a Yoshida interview, you always hear him talk up indies. They're filling the gap. They're filling the gap. That's what he keeps saying. They're filling the gap. We got indies. You know, they're interesting titles. Big budget titles are expensive and things like that. And he really kind of reiterates this mantra of Sony. And yet people still believe that Sony is going to all of a sudden start pulling out these big AAA games. He even says in this interview, and I'm going to link it, he says that he hears complaints about the lack of AAA games, and he realizes that a lot of people are interested in only big budget AAA games, and he says he doesn't understand those people. So this is disconnection with your audience. How can he not understand these people? This is the same Sony that did nothing but AAA games the past 3 generations. And now he's saying he doesn't understand these people. Where is he getting this shit from? Honestly. Now, when you look at what the PS4 is, they obviously built that to be the exact opposite of the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 did these big budget exclusives. That's what it was known for. It wasn't really indie friendly. It didn't have a great arcade. Those were things that the Xbox 360 was known for. So basically, when Sony was going to build a new PlayStation, they said, hey, we want something that's going to be like the Xbox 360. Because if you look at the last few years of the Xbox 360, it's been extremely successful. It had its own indie channel. It had the Xbox Live Arcade, which was by far and away the best arcade around. It did a few AAA blockbusters every year, like the big exclusives. You know, you had your Halo, Forza, Gears, or what have you. But it also relied on having really great multi-platform support. That's what Sony wants. So if you're one of those hillbillies or those inbred hicks that has a PS4 that thinks the PlayStation 4 is going to be getting all these AAA titles like in the past, then I guess this is a wake-up call. How many times do I have to report on Yoshida talking up indies and talking down AAA titles? How many times? You guys need to get hit in the head with a goddamn hammer from Yoshida saying indies before you believe it. Look, if you guys want a console that plays games that you can play on your phone, if you want a console that plays a bunch of free-to-play crap that you can play on a lousy PC or a tablet, then go ahead and get that. You know, it's not for me. You know, they're not selling me on a PlayStation 4 at this point. So, yeah, I gotta definitely say that's definitely something that is totally turning me against the PlayStation 4 even more. This guy is totally not aware of his target audience, clearly, and eventually people are gonna find him out. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Rack 'em up, bitches. Crap Gamer, out.